Welcome in, everybody, to the campus of Ann Arbor, Huron. We've got ladies hoops. We've got the visiting Skyline Eagles against the River Rats. With me, as always, I'm Nick Wisniewski. I'm sorry, this is with me, as always, is Pistol Pete Poyer. Pete, how's it going tonight?
Great to be reunited with you, Nick.
Absolutely.
And we're just about to tip it off here. Women's basketball, Skyline and Huron. We're in the greenhouse on the campus of Huron High School. And we are underway. Tip-off controlled by the Lady Eagles. Moving it quickly towards the hoop. There's a quick block. And back the other way come the River Rats. A little crossover, a little jumper in the lane. A little action from the rim, and in it goes. Sienna Smith with that hoop. Now the Eagles running their offense once again. Working it down the baseline. There's a shot off the rim. Fight for it on the floor. And we whistle in a jump ball situation.
And here we can take a look at that last bucket by the River Rats. Cuts into the middle, not much defense, didn't get that zone drop in. Nobody really dropped in on her in that regard, just kind of went right to the rack.
Well, another turnover. There's a three-pointer on the way, off the back of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound boarded by Jaden Smith for the River Rats. There's a foul on the Eagles. Now Rats working it around the perimeter. There's Smith. Back to her sister for 3. That's off just outside the rim and out. That's out of bounds. That'll go back towards the Eagles.
And here we'll see that very young Eagle squad start up the court here. If you take a close look at your scorebook at home, folks, not a single senior on this Skyline Eagle squad.
Well, lots of room for improvement, Nick. Now, Skyline will take a timeout as they're having a little difficulty getting into their offensive flow.
Well, and again, anybody that's watched some of their games this year will know and can relate. The half-court game is not their strong point. One of the big things that they do well is get off and run. They're kind of jazz musicians on the court. They do well doing things on the move, on the run. The half-court game is definitely where they need the work and improve quite a bit. And again, as a young squad, that's a little bit to be expected.
Head coach for the Eagles, Johnny Horn. For the River Rats, Scott Hunter. So Eagles looking to play a little bit more transition basketball.
Exactly right, exactly right. They'll get off and run. They'll grab a rebound, and anybody on the team is likely to grab that thing and just start dribbling up. Although you are going to see them try to outlet the Cami Tirico point guard quite a bit.
Well, and the Lady River Rats will try and do their best to shut that transition game down, make them play some half-court offense. There's a near steal. Picked up by Cami Tirico.
And the Rats are likely to, exactly what we've seen so far in these first 2 minutes of play. They tend to be a little bit longer. They can get their arms stretched out into those passing lanes and disrupt any sort of passes, as we can see right there. The near steal, as you mentioned it. Great job by Tirico to keep with that one. Excellent ball handling skills getting that one and keep maintaining possession.
Kick ball. That's going to stay Eagle basketball. Into the lane. Try a little half hook shot. That's short. Back come the River Rats. Patel with the ball. Now she'll hand it off to one of the Smith sisters, and it's stripped away from her. Back come the Eagles. Trying to get it down low into the paint quickly. And that looks like that's off a River Rat, and it'll stay Eagle basketball.
And there we can see that last opportunity there. You see Cami Trico finds her person down there, but once again, the longer, taller River Rat players are doing a great job in those passing lanes and knocking those things down. If maybe not making the steal, at least disrupting the offense.
Well, and the key, again, slowing down the Eagles, making them play half court.
And you've made mention of the Smith sisters a couple of times already. The Eagles have a couple of sisters as well, in Renee and Janae Faulkner, who are also captains for Skyline. Family affair this evening.
Well, there's a shot off the rim. Rebounded by Sienna Smith. Back down court come the River Rats into the lane. Nice block there by the Eagles. That was Elena Hedricks. A 2-0 the score. River Rats have the lead. 4:45 to play here in the first quarter.
River Rats out and playing kind of a soft man-to-man right now. Not necessarily on the ball players, but still keeping a close mark.
Jumper from the corner is good. That'll tie it at 2. There's an errant pass. And turnover in favor of the Eagles. Long three-pointer from outside. That's off the backboard, no good. And the Rats will bring it back down court. Now Jaden Smith will kick it out to Patel. Patel will drive the lane. And she will shoot it and score it.
Really nice job by the River Rats being patient, working the ball around the perimeter on that one, waiting for their opportunity so they could go into the lane, get into the paint, and get some paint points. But, yeah, you really like to see the patience and somebody that's going to make something happen there, as you saw with the River Rats.
And, Nick, keep your eye on Rhea Patel there, who just scored the last bucket for the River Rats. She's a patch of grease lightning. She moves with the ball very fast, and it does a really good job attacking the hoop. She's still working on developing her finishing game, but you can really see the speed and the talent handling the ball.
Well, you could definitely see it on that last replay, what they did. I mean, she went in, she attacked 2 or 3 players, got through them, and found the opening by herself.
That shot partially blocked. On the break, down the lane, and score it for the River Rats. Caden Glenn with the bucket.
Great transition basket there by the River Rats.
And turnover off the Eagles. It'll be River Rat basketball.
Here you can see that nice long pass up. Glenn comes after that, catches up, and nobody in front of her for that nice layup.
Now Patel with it, again attacking. It's blocked out of bounds. And there'll be a foul call.
Eagle fouls on number 15, Matalonga. That's her first personal, second team foul.
Smith for 3 from the corner, and that just misses the mark. Now Skyline will run it out. Basket no good. Banged around. Patel had it for a moment, and Skyline will put it back and score the bucket and close the gap to 2.
That play really was made by Blessing Batalonga. She pulled that rebound down and flew up the court. She couldn't quite finish, but it gave her teammates enough time to catch up, get there, and then set up some more offense.
There's Patel driving the baseline, and she will score it.
Then we see that last opportunity there for the River Rats. Like you mentioned, Patel's the one to keep an eye on. Great job going baseline, getting past her player, and then just a nice, easy bucket to lay in there.
Down the lane, scoop it and score it. Another easy bucket for the River Rats. Alexa Lyon with that bucket. Now there's a turnover, and it's Rat ball once again, and they throw it away, and the Eagles will settle it down, and Kiriko will walk it up the court. Now she'll pick up her pace as she hits the half-court line. There's a long shot from outside, no good. That's off a Rat. It'll stay Skyline basketball.
Take a look at that last play there, all made up by the River Rats. Excellent job drawing 2 defenders in on her, and then the kind of improvised pick and roll maneuver there by the Rats. And of course, finished off by Alexa Lyon. Very, very nice play there. Chala House couldn't quite hold on to that one before falling out of bounds. River Rat basketball. Skyline playing high press there. I'm not sure if it was entirely man-to-man or if it was just kind of a 1-2-2 press.
A scoop shot, no good. Rebounded by Faulkner. Janae Faulkner. There's a long three-pointer on the way, no good. Out of bounds, and it's going to be Huron ball.
Batalonga with a really quick release on that three as well. Steph Curry-esque. Eagles back into that full court press.
Yeah, and really able to break it pretty easily.
No, that's, again, really excellent ball handling. That's some veteran players that have the ability to see those, see where those players need to be.
Well, under 45 seconds to play here in the first. Huron stretching their lead out to 8, 12-4.
You see that long three opportunity there. Great job working hard to get that offensive rebound and then finish it off there, Katie Ba. And now we've seen both of these squads lay out their press, and both of them had to break it in very different ways. We've seen the Rats pass it around, and there goes the old Wisniewski jinx. So much for breaking that press.
Eagles come up with another turnover. Another long three, no good. 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. A long three-pointer by Huron. That is short. And we have a whistle. And a foul call.
Eagle foul is on number 1. House. They serve first.
Chala House gets the foul. Patel will inbound underneath her own basket. Gives it to Majewski. Back out to Lewis. There's a jumper, no good. Under 10 seconds to go. Quick turnover by River Rats. They're gonna see if they get a shot off, and they do. That's Patel, no good on the basket, but the foul is called with .2 to go here in the first.
Excellent job by Patel there. Heads up play, being aware of how little time was left on the clock. Just a couple of quick bounces, went up with it, drew the foul. But again, the main thing was just getting towards the basket in that opportunity.
First free throw is good. There's a good look at Rhea Patel. Second one is no good, and the first quarter will come to an end. And Huron established itself at home with a 13-4 lead here on CTN Sports Game of the Week at the end of the first quarter. We'll be right back.
Hoarders, flat earthers, Mike Raffo to a troll army. Autism is real. Palestinian politics. Baklava. Miss Washington, beast forehead people, demonic devices, diverse viewpoints, dynamic personalities, 30 minutes! Contact CTN to schedule your show on Access Ann Arbor. and I'm talking to you, buddy!
And welcome back, everybody, to the
after
start of
that.
second quarter action here on CTN Sports Game of the Week. We're on the campus of Ann Arbor Huron High School. Ladies hoops, Skyline Eagles early deficit here to the River Rats. So far in that first quarter, a lot of what we saw was Huron basically exploiting their size advantage and superior ball handling, I would say. Pete, what do you think about that first quarter?
Yeah, really, River Rats did a good job filling up the passing lanes, stopping that transition game of the Eagles. And they're doing it here again, taking too many threes.
I feel like...
You know, they're just, well, I say that, they're taking too many threes because they haven't made any. If they were making them, maybe we wouldn't say that, but, I think they're getting a little impatient on offense and want to try and, they're down by 9. They want a 9-point bucket, and there's no such thing in the game. So, and this is typical of a young team. You're going to see some impatience. So I think that it's going to be important for the coach to try and calm down his players, say, get it one bucket at a time, work your offense, work your defense, play as a team. And these are things that young players just have to learn.
And I think the cliched term that we talk about with the Eagles is they're settling for these threes. They're not happy to work the ball around, and they definitely haven't shown a whole lot of interest in trying to get the ball down low. Understandably so, because they have such a significant height advantage, disadvantage, I should say. So they're just settling for these long threes or quick threes. Whereas the River Rats seem to be more willing to work the ball around, attack the defense, attack that zone, or attack that man, and wait for something to happen.
Well, and of course, with experience comes more better team play, and you can see that out of the River Rats.
Yep, better team play, better court vision, I think, is also a huge, huge part of it.
Down the lane and a big block there.
She did seem to get a lot of ball. I think they're going to call her body on that one with that foul. You see her cut into the lane.
A little out of control. Looks like the Eagle player at the top of the key kind of hindered her way to the basket as well, too. So it kind of made her look a little out of control.
Right you are. Yeah, bang, bang play there on that one, and bang, bang to the ground as well. You can see Coach Horn there discussing some things with the referee. Maybe looking for a little bit of a clarification on that one, or just the usual, I'm a coach, I'm going to plead my case, maybe I get the next one.
Now a little press here and a turnover for the River Rats. It's a scoop high off the glass, no good. Rebounded by the Eagles. And again, another turnover by the River Rats, trying to push it up down the floor. There's Glenn with the shot off the rim, no good. And It's out of bounds off the Rats. It'll be Skyline ball.
And I give the River Rats props there for trying for that long heave pass up the court again. It's not an easy thing to do. You can't always see that coming down the court, but to give it a try is always, it's fun as a viewer, if nothing else.
The other thing that doesn't look like the Eagles have established yet is a real on-court leader. Somebody's going to lead the whole team and kind of settle them down. There's a nice shot by the Eagles. They finally convert on a bucket. There's a three-pointer there. Cuts the Rat lead to 8.
Yeah, Pete, I think you're right about that, about having that established leader, whether it's your point guard, who's the person who's going to be in charge of distributing, or if it might be that big shooter, that big scorer, or that person that you can always count on down the block. There should be that one player that you really, really want to get to. And eventually it might be Elena Heat-Dirks we saw there. Now with the Eagles making that three, if they maybe pop another one here in the next minute or two, now they could have something interesting going for them, where they're going to make the Rats spread that defense out a little bit, make those players go out a little further, a little step further away from the comfort zone, and then the Eagles had that opportunity to try to move into the lane in some way. Maybe.
Off the front of the rim, no good, but it's rebounded by the Rats. Put back real quickly, no good. Another foul on the Eagles.
That's her second personal 18 foul. Number 20, Hansa Ando checking in for the Eagles at the line, shooting 1 and 1 is Wachowski.
And that one is also no good. Eagles getting helped out there on a pair of 1-and-1s that the River Rats could not convert.
I may be the first person to say this ever, but free throws are important.
Yeah.
So obviously,
This just in, eh?
breaking news. No, of course, every coach is going to tell you that when you talk to them. Anybody who's watched the sport for 5 minutes is going to tell you that.
I bet you worked on that all week, eh, Nick?
It was. I've been working on that all by myself. That's exactly right.
Another long three-pointer on the way. In and out, no good. Put back. Just dribbles off the rim. Sienna Smith with the rebound. Now Rats back the other way. And we have another whistle and stoppage of play. And it's going to be Eagle basketball. Eagles got to be careful not to find themselves in a trap situation. They throw it away. River Rats back the other way, ball on the floor. Looks like the Eagle player called timeout. So a heady play there.
And that's going to bring the Eagles pretty low on their timeouts with 5 minutes left to go here in the first half. I feel like the Eagles are looking for different ways to break that press. I'm sure that Coach Horn there has been talking to his girls about that pretty much from the beginning. The first few times they saw that press thrown against them, they just tried to head down and try to muscle through it. These last couple of times they have been trying to make a few more passes. I wonder if they're just moving a little bit too slow, especially you see Tariko receiving that ball in the corner. She's really waiting for those two players to get on her. And, you know, while you want to draw players in and look for the open one, you don't want to be caught in the trap that obviously the opposing team is trying to do.
Oh, River Rats trapping, and Eagles can't get it over the half-court line. That's a turnover.
And if you're Coach Hunter or any of those Huron girls out there, getting that type of a 10-second violation by using your trap is such a great feeling.
Now Rats trying to work their offense. There's a jumper by Jaden Smith. That's nothing but net.
And the Rats continue in that full court press.
Well, this is how you rattle a young team. There's another turnover. Sienna Smith with the pass to Lyon, and another easy basket by the River Rats, and they're stretching their lead to 13, 20-7. Another timeout is called by Skyline.
Very possible that they were not executing that press breaker the way Coach Horn wanted. Just kind of by his animated self on the sideline.
You can see he's real demonstrative there. I think he's just a touch upset.
And it obviously for a coach it is frustrating when you tell your players probably over and over, this is how to do it, this is how to do it, and then you don't see it come to fruition. But once again, something that happens with a young squad. And this is the learning process. Even if everything doesn't sink in this week, this game, there's next week, the week after, the next year. But here we do see that Huron press doing, again, exactly what they're supposed to be doing. They're moving quickly, they're shuffling their feet. They're getting those traps in any position, any opportunity. They're doing a really great job. Coach Hunter there probably could not be happier. They're executing their press almost to perfection. Now if they turn things around a little bit on the offensive side, keep hitting some threes, keep hitting those open buckets, it'll be smooth sailing for the Rats here.
Eagles bring it down the floor. There's a quick shot, no good. Rebounded by the Rats, and they're back the other way. Here they come. Now Patel will back it out, reset the offense. Smith with the shot, and it's good. That's Sienna Smith with that shot.
I like Betalonga. She has no qualms about going to the hoop. Seems like anytime she gets it, that's almost her default, is just head down and moves right at it. Here you can see that last River Rat bucket, though. Nice job just taking that side step, finding that open shot. Nothing better than a player that can make their own shot, get themselves open and get an open shot.
Well, and in order to try and get the Rats back on their heels a little bit, you got to attack their defense. Mm-hmm. And that's what you do, to attack the hoop, and that's what Betalonga did there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right there.
She splits the pair of free throws. Here's the replay. Trying to get into that paint. Another whistle. It's going to be another Eagle foul.
Let's see, I believe that's Cami Tirico on the foul, like you said. But, again, you don't want your point guard down in the block. You don't want your point guard to be the last line of defense when those power forwards or those centers or just those bigger players are coming in there. Kudos to her for making it down there, but not a lot she's going to be able to do other than commit the foul.
First free throw is good.
You can see them work it down there. Rats could see that distinct height advantage down there, and that's what you do. You get down to that bigger player. Worst case scenario happens. They get the foul and then get to the line.
Second one is off the front of the rim, no good. Three minutes until halftime. Home team with the big advantage. There's a long three on the way once again. No good. Rebounded by Tirico. She's going to throw it up once again. That's no good. And the Rats will convert or get that rebound.
And the Rats doing a really great job playing in transition right now as well.
Another long three by the Eagles. They're just seemingly hoisting them up from as soon as they get the ball, they're throwing a three-pointer up there.
Yeah, on that last play, we can see the Rats once again in that transition mindset, going to the rack. Kind of a little fake to the pass, but keeps it, goes up lefty, very nice.
Three-pointer on the way, in and out, no good. Put back is blocked. Skyline will have it. And another whistle.
And they give it to her. And one. They give her the continuation.
Janae Faulkner there with a chance to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way. Love it. There you see Faulkner go in, grab the attention of those two River Rat players. Takes that final step, puts it up, and scores.
And she does it. And that cuts the lead to 14 rather for the River Rats, 25-11. There's a long three-pointer from the corner. That's off the mark, no good. Now Tirico working the ball into the corner for three. Off the rim. Now working it down low, and nearly converting it for the River Rats is Curtis.
And it really does feel, Pete, like well, let's take a quick look at that last bucket by the River, the last foul on the Eagles with the River Rats getting it. It just getting back to the Eagles quickly. It seems like their default right now is just jacking up threes.
Well, again, young team, impatient. Shut off there on the baseline. They'll kick it back out. Top of the key. That's way off the mark and out of bounds. It'll be River Rat ball. 1:09 to play here till halftime. I think it's a break that the Eagles really need right now.
Yeah, no, I think you're right about that. It'll give them a chance to catch their breath, catch their legs, and then kind of reevaluate what they need to be doing in order to be successful in this matchup.
Now Lyon down low. Puts the shot up. It doesn't go through the hoop, but she does draw the foul. And
Legs
we'll
got
have the line for two.
Legs got tangled up there with one of the Eagle players somewhere along the lines. Good presence of mind to throw that shot up, continue to throw that shot up so that she can get to the line. So she gets two instead of one. Huron is in the bonus.
Second one is good. Huron pressing once again. Really making it hard for the Eagle girls to get into any kind of offensive flow on their side of the court.
Most definitely. Again, this Huron press is really good. It's executed very well. These young ladies are in excellent shape, and they've got a really good first step. This is nothing new with Huron basketball, though, ladies or guys. They've pressed as long as I've been covering them, and probably longer. This is just something that's part of the program. They've got players that have a lot of endurance. They're in shape. They're strong physically, and obviously to play this sort of a game, you need to be.
.6 seconds to go until halftime. Yeah. Both of them no good. Huron back the other way. One to Patel. Really, Huron can play for a final shot here. There's a three-pointer on the way. And it is in and out, no good. Long half-court shot at the buzzer. Almost goes through the hoop. And as we head to halftime, Huron with the big 26-11 lead as the girls head into the locker room. We'll be back with more action right here on CTN's Game of the Week.
I just wish there was some place I could watch my favorite local TV shows. Wow! Cool, where am I?
You are in a computer terminal.
Who said that?
I am the god of computers. I heard your wish and granted you access to my terminal.
Really? I've always wanted to be inside one of these things. So what's next?
Visit CTN's and the City of Ann Arbor's streaming and video on demand 82gov.org/watchCTN.
What do I do there?
Here you can watch city meetings, community produced programs, school board and education programming, and a whole lot more.
Yes! This is great!
The live streams include CTN's 4 channels: government, public, educational, and community. Just click the sidebar for the channel you prefer and click play.
I can watch 4 channels. Cool.
For video on demand, go to youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to find your favorite show. Scroll through the mini playlists or simply use the search bar to type in the name of the program.
I wish I knew about this earlier.
Visit 82gov.org/watchCTN for CTN live streams and video on demand.
That's great. Now I can go tell my friends. Once I leave.
Goodbye.
Hello? Well, you should do laundry. Every day you should do it. I don't want to smell that.
That's way too much. Every day? How much laundry do you think I go through in a
Well,
single
at least wear
day?
clean
You
clothes.
should do laundry every day.
I got plenty
You
of
got
clothes to wear,
laundry
new
laying
outfits,
around everywhere.
everything you got.
Well, I'm sick of smelling you,
not a
dude.
sweater.
You
I'm
stink,
not a
dude.
sweater.
I shouldn't
Just wash
smell
your
you
clothes,
at all.
man.
There's so many smells.
Then check and mate.
PEG TV. Public, education, and government television programs reflect the specific interests and diversity of local communities. You've probably watched it without really knowing what it is or how it benefits you directly. Each community has its own personality, its own style, its own priorities, its own obstacles and needs. And one thing each community has in common is not just the need for its own voice, but access to the means to express it. PEG TV provides that. PEG TV channels are non-commercial and combined nationally deliver more original, locally made shows than all commercial television stations combined. PEG TV delivers entertaining, informational programs for everyone: seniors, youth, parents, educators, consumers, and in some areas delivers multilingual programming for ethnic communities. PEG TV also provides vital election coverage, public safety, and emergency information specific to where you live. Standard programming often includes council and commission meetings, public service announcements, and informational bulletin boards. Special interest programming often includes local festivals, parades, concerts, talk shows, magazine-style shows, and other programs unique to your village, your township, your city, and your neighborhood, which are often overlooked by commercial media programming. In many communities, PEG TV provides the only coverage of local government. Without PEG, it can be difficult for citizens to stay informed about local government issues and events. Your community has a voice, and that voice is speaking to your subdivision, your streets, your senior citizens, your property, and your family's safety, and it's speaking to you. Please learn more about this valuable resource. Tune in to your local PEG channels. Then give the following websites a visit: Remember, we are your voice. PEG TV, Public Education and Government Television. Your voice, your community, your PEG.
And welcome back, everybody, to CTN Ann Arbor's Game of the Week. We've got ladies hoops with the Skyline Eagles, the Huron River Rats, getting ready to inbound the ball on their home court. Big lead coming to the second half, 26-11. Pete, what are we looking at here now?
Well, you know, I think instructions coming out of the half, and River Rats looking a little sloppy there. You know, the Eagles are going to have to play a little bit more settled down on offense. I think what we're going to see out of Huron is much what we saw in the first half. A lot of pressing. They have the better offense, some more smooth offense. You know, we're going to see more of the same out of Huron and see what kind of adjustments the Eagles can make on defense and offense to try and slow down this River Rat team.
And getting back to that Eagle offense, you know, we were discussing a little bit at halftime off camera about the three-point shots they've taken, the three-point shots they've been settling for. As we can see a replay here, great cross-court pass there by the River Rats, and then attacking towards that hoop again, drawing the foul. That's what you got to do. That's how they got into the bonus pretty early in that first half, and then trying to do more of the same here in the second half. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as the kids say these days.
Well, if the Eagles can make some kind of adjustment to slow down the River Rats, then we'll see an adjustment out of the River Rats. But until then, I think we're just going to see more of the same out of the Huron River Rat team.
No, exactly. The Rats have got their strategy down, and they're executing about as well as you could ask for it. So it is on the Eagles to see what they can do differently. If they don't settle for those threes, or if they start hitting a few of them, that could be a big thing too.
Oh, there's a scoop shot by Jade Smith. Doesn't get the shot, but draws the foul. She'll get to go to the line for two.
That's her second personal foul, second team foul at the line, shooting 2 for Huron is number 15, Smith.
First one is on the way, off the front of the rim, no good.
And less than 60 seconds into this one, that will be the Eagles' second foul so far. And again, this is just working right on with Huron.
Second free throw is good.
A little bit of a different look to the press with what Huron was just doing. Still trying to trap up those sidelines and force the pass to get to one of those sidelines. But it seemed a little closer, and the main player not on the ball in quite the same way as they were doing in the first half.
Well, Eagles trying to inbound it. It's intercepted by Sienna Smith. Quickly down the floor to her sister Jaden, who tries the shot. It's blocked, but gets hacked on the arm. And she'll head to the line one more time here. A nice pass there from Smith to Smith.
But Trico just step and a half behind, reaches in there. They're going to call that every single time, even if she gets all ball.
Another missed free throw for the River Rats. Next one looks much better, and nothing but net. A little better job there by the Eagles to break the press. Another quick shot from three. Offensive rebound by Skyline. Into the lane with the shot, Janae Faulkner. And she misses the shot, but does get fouled. And it'll be her turn at the free throw line.
I believe that was Faulkner that took that three a moment ago as well. And as you said, the Eagles was doing a really nice job of breaking that press so far. Had the opportunity for Faulkner to have that pretty open three. And if you give a high school player that shot 3 times, I think she's got to make it once.
Splits the pair. Skyline playing kind of a matchup zone, trying to keep the River Rats out of the paint. Three-pointer by Jaden Smith is good.
And until that three, I was going to say the Eagles are doing a really nice job of disrupting that offense. I mean, they did do a nice job of disrupting the Rat offense. But again, a accomplished squad, a team that's been here, done that type thing, they'll eventually find their player open and hit that shot when they get the opportunity.
Tirico will drive it off the glass and get the layup. Now quickly down floor come the River Rats. Intercepted, turnover for the Eagles. Three-pointer on the way, kind of slung up there. Not really what you would call a textbook shot. And that's no good, and the River Rats will come back the other way down the floor.
Dirks, like a lot of the Eagles, doesn't show a whole lot of pause when the opportunity to shoot a three presents itself.
High shot off the glass by Glenn is no good. There's another three-pointer on the way, and this one is good from Janae Faulkner. Al Patel with the shot, it's short. Rebounded by Skyline. Skyline has an opportunity here to get a little something going here. Feel good about their offense. There's a long shot by Tirico, no good. Patel to Smith. Now Lionel corral in the corner. Back out top to Patel. Now Glenn with a three-pointer from the top of the key. That's no good. Rebounded by Jaden Smith. Her putback is no good, but she draws the foul.
You see that last three-point shot there by Faulkner. Way beyond the arc. Way beyond the arc, and she hits that. Then on the other end of the floor, you've got Smith at the line, hits that first one. But again, she got to that line by slipping by her defender there and getting in front for that rebound and then drawing another foul.
Jaden Smith makes them both. And the lead is 16 for Huron, 33-17, 4:11 to go here in quarter number 3. Got the ball, and that's a really nice passing play by the Eagles to get that bucket. Yeah, Ariel Malong with the bucket.
Quality job of picking that press apart on that one.
Now Lyon gets it, and we have a turnover. Looks like it was, we have an offensive foul.
There we can see just an excellent job of the Eagles breaking that thing down. Top of the key, corner, then down into the block. And as you mentioned, Pete, it's an opportunity for the Eagles to really pull something off here and kind of push forward here with 3:38 left to go here in this third quarter.
There's a three-pointer on the way. That's off the front of the rim. And a turnover by the Eagles. Oh, big block from behind there.
And that one was quite a sequence, Pete. Here we can take a look back. Malong with the opportunity to get into the bucket, but Patel all over that, as if she even needed to jump. That's kind of an unnecessary situation, but regardless, got it. But the Rats coming back up the court, and then eventually the ball finding its way out of bounds.
And as you saw there on the replay, she did a really good job with body control to keep away from the Skyline player and get all ball.
No, that's a great point. Again, maybe she might not have needed to leave her feet, but as she went up, she didn't lean. She went straight up and let her arms kind of hang over. And as usual, folks, if you enjoy what you're seeing, please don't forget to give us a follow on Facebook, Twitter, or check us out on youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor. Go on, you can see all of our Game of the Weeks. Please subscribe.
I'm a little bit of a grammar person. It's games
of the week. I said Game of the Weeks. You are completely correct.
Sorry, Nick.
No, that's all right. If I make a mistake, I need to be told. Or so my wife tells me.
Spoken like a true married man.
You see the last replay there with the Rats. Once again, going to the hole, drawing fouls. And they've got to be dangerously close to the bonus already.
Riverettes will inbound it. There's a drive to the hoop, no good. Offensive board. That was by Ba. A near steal there by the Eagles. Another whistle and another foul.
There's some traffic in my way, but that foul looked like it was on the shot, so it should be 2 shots upcoming here for the Rats. Indeed it was.
Well, I complain about all the whistles, but really, every time there's a drive, you got players on both teams reaching, and the refs are going to call it every time.
Yeah, both teams reaching and nobody getting to their spot as well as they probably should be. Which, again, surprising from the Rats because they do such a great job of getting to their spots on that trap, on that press. So not doing it in the lane is a little confusing. But that also speaks to the nature of the Eagles' offense as a whole. They're kind of rambly, scrambly. Hard to get a beat on.
Oh, knock away by Patel. It'll stay Eagle ball. 2:39 to play here in the third. 15-point advantage for the Rats. There's another three-pointer on the way. That's off the mark, no good. Another three-pointer hoisted up, and that is no good as well. Here come the River Rats down the other way. That one off the glass, no good, and fought for it, and with another whistle. Huron will keep the possession on the alternating possession on that jump ball situation. Patel tried to inbound it to Bob, but it's knocked off her hands. He goes back the other way. Their shot attempt is no good. Another rebound by Baugh, quickly down the floor. And that shot in and just rolled off the rim, no good. Hometown crowd here was hoping for a basket there.
That was a close one.
Before the game, the referees made us move the table back about a foot.
Is that true?
Yeah.
that could have been
actually, if we had been closer, there would have been contact made with our table.
That could have been the reason why.
I actually predicted that.
And my natural instinct a little bit was reaching for the ball. I don't know why. I guess I'm still just kind of aggressive. Put me in, coach. And Huron finding a way to continue to extend their lead, even though it's been a minute since they've dropped a field goal in, Pete.
A lot of free throws in this third quarter by both teams, or free throw attempts, shall we say.
Yes.
River Rats a little bit better at converting. Once again, River Rats trapping in the corners. Looked like Skyline coach got a timeout called before the turnover.
I feel like he saw that coming half a mile away. Betalonga put her head down and dribbled directly into that double team. And man, you do not like to see that. I think as soon as she pulled the ball up, he called that timeout.
Well, he didn't even have to see it from a mile away as it happened right in front of him on their bench there. Well, it was a good call by the coach to get that timeout called.
Absolutely.
And say, hey, look, let's not fall into the bad habits in the first half. You know, we're hanging with this team here in the second half. We're keeping up with them score-wise, so let's keep it going.
Yeah, right. You are on that idea. So yeah, break that bad habit. Try to get back to those good habits that they have done a really nice job of. This half, the Eagles have done a nice job of finding those open players and making strong, long passes to find the open teammate.
Nice intercept there by Lewis. Three-pointer on the way, and it's good. Another three-pointer by Skyline on the way. That's off the mark. Corralled in the corner. Another shot up and no good. That one's short. Riverettes back down the floor. Patel running the floor way up. She gets the bucket and the foul.
Really nice job, Patel, receiving that pass, turning around, getting the contact, and finishing it off.
Well, and getting out in transition.
Yes.
Getting in a position to receive the pass to make the play happen.
Well, you said it right from the start. She's very fast. She's like lightning out there. She got out ahead of all of those other Eagle players. Excellent job. And here we can see that last three-pointer by Mackenzie Majewski. Wide open, gets it, squares herself, and just nails that from downtown.
Last minute of play here in the third quarter. Eagles are just finding themselves in bad positions around the floor, and the Riverettes are smart enough and experienced enough to recognize that and exacerbate that problem and make it worse for the Eagle offense.
Well, it's partially that they're finding themselves in bad positions, but it's also half the time they're putting themselves in those bad positions. Again, they're getting the ball. As soon as they get it, they're putting it right on the court, and that's not a good idea. You want to put yourself in that triple threat position where you can hold it for a second, see who's coming at you. You can make a pass. You can dribble if you want. I mean, you're not going to take a shot, obviously, but it's good to have those options. It seems like the Eagles are getting the ball and going right to the floor with it, and sometimes with their head down right into two Rat players. At least two Rat players from time to time.
And again, things that will come with time and experience. They'll get better there.
Of course.
Pass into the paint from Patel to Smith, and she converts. Last 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And another shot by the Eagles that misses the mark. And that'll do it for quarter number 3. Skyline hung in a little bit at the tail end of the quarter. Huron pressed its advantage, and they lead it 43-19. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
And welcome back, everybody, as the fourth quarter is set to begin here on the campus of Ann Arbor, Huron. Skyline Eagles will be inbounding the ball, currently down 43-19. But we really did see a step forward from them in that third quarter, Pete.
Well, I think the halftime break was just what they needed. You know, we're seeing, obviously, the better team playing better. There's Patel with an easy layup. But again, and I think this is what's great about high school basketball, is you can see the improvement quarter to quarter, half to half, year to year.
Mm-hmm.
Another turnover by the Eagles. Riverettes trying to run it out. Patel driving the lane. Her shot no good. Rebounded by the Eagles. They'll bring it back the other way.
And of course, all of our CTN viewers can watch Games of the Week, on Comcast Channel 19 for CTN. You can watch Games of the Week or watch a wide variety of programming with CTN's lineup. And if you can't flip the tube on, go to YouTube /CTN Ann Arbor.
And Nick, you're quite the Twitter aficionado, are you not?
I don't know about the aficionado, but I try to stay relevant on there, see what's going on, and try to keep up a nice dialogue with folks. You can see that last play here with the Eagles. Long tries to give the old crossover to cut back inside, puts it off the Rats' foot. So the Eagles maintain possession.
Well, concentration error there, results in a turnover. Now Rats have it again. Lead is now 26 for the Huron River Rat ladies. There's a nice pass and a nice shot by Lyon. She converts and gets the foul. And that's how you want to do it.
And a little laugh on top of it. It's a good feeling being up this much on one of your crosstown rivals and then getting the and one on top of it.
Lyon completes the three-point play. Another near steal there by Huron.
It looks like the Riverettes pulled off that full court press for the time being, maybe going towards more of a high zone, high half court press.
Well, Riverettes can afford to be patient on offense. Work around, get a good shot. Patel into the lane, knocked away, and the Eagles will come away with the ball. Tried to cross court it. Sienna Smith there to intercept down the floor to her sister Jaden. Off the glass, no good. Putback is also no good. Now fighting for it. Huron still with the ball. Now they finally get the whistle. And the foul call.
And Rhea Patel really working her behind off down low. Again, as a point guard, you're not going to see that individual go down there too much, but she got down there to begin with, missed her shot, followed it, pulled down the rebound, stayed with it afterwards, and then got it out to one of her teammates after that.
Ando makes the first free throw. Gives the Rats a 30-point advantage here in the fourth quarter. And gets the rim to be beneficial, and she gets the second free throw to drop.
That's that home court bounce. You don't get that on the road.
Drive down the lane, no good by the Rats, or by the Eagles rather. Now Lyon with it. She'll kick it back out to Smith. And she hits the jumper for 3. Sienna Smith with the 3-pointer. And knocked out of bounds by Jaden Smith. Eagles will keep the ball.
You can see that.
Nice to see the Eagles still active on defense, though, even with the big lead.
Of course. I mean, again, as so many of their points come in transition, come off of turnovers, it's critical for them to keep up that strong, aggressive defense in order to keep their offense going.
Three-pointer from the corner, no good. Eagles will keep it as that was off a River Rat player. Down the lane, another knockaway by the Rats, and they'll run it out in transition. Stripped away by Tirico, but there's a whistle.
And Pete, you did mention what the Eagles were doing, staying with their defense. Here we see that last replay with Tirico. Basically a happy birthday move there. That ball just bounced right into her breadbasket, and she grabbed it and moved up forward. Anyway, the Rats are also really sticking with their offensive game plan. They're still going to the hoop. They're still drawing fouls every time they come down. And that's what you want from a good quality team either. You don't want to take your foot off the gas for fear of bad habits starting up.
Exactly. And you're going to face better teams down the road, and those better teams are not going to be, they're not going to let up either.
Right.
So, you can't be lazy and get into those bad habits like you said, Nick, and you got to keep playing good basketball the entire game, all 4 quarters. Three-pointer on the way by Jaden Smith is short. Another jumper from the Eagles. No good. Another fast break opportunity by the Rats, and they convert.
Great finish by Asia Lewis there. But again, that play was made by long, accurate passing.
Well, I really haven't seen too much in the way of an offensive pattern from the Eagles yet.
No, that's true.
In this game. One pass and a shot. One pass and a shot.
Yep.
Double dribble.
You can see that cross-court pass. No Rats anywhere in the vicinity. Malong takes advantage.
Rats come away with that basketball after that scrum on the floor. I went to a basketball game and a rugby match broke out.
The old scrum.
Rats firmly in control of this, approaching the 3-minute mark to play in the game. Leading by 33.
You can call moving screen on the Rats for that one.
Got to be careful not to pick up your dribble. Rats take advantage.
Yeah, don't pick up your dribble when you've got that significant height disadvantage, because those big trees are going to be up in your face. You're not going to be able to see anything if they're in front of you with their hands
on the way. That's over the back, over the rim actually, and a put back by the Rats is still no good. River Rats will keep possession. Down the lane, scoop shot, no good. Rebound picked off by Skyline. Three-pointer on the way, and it's good. Cami Tirico with the three-pointer for the Eagles.
Guess you're down by 30 at this point. It's kind of shooting practice time.
Well, you want to find something you can feel good about, and every little bit you'll take.
For sure.
That's over the backboard and out of bounds. Skyline ball.
See that to the top of the key. A solid 3 feet behind the top of the key. And she sinks one. Like you said, you're feeling good about that after you make that.
Another three-pointer on the way from Skyline. That's short. Brief fight for the rebound, brought away by the River Rats.
And it is great to see the Eagles still battling. Again, with only 132 left to go, they are still giving it their all. Some of the second squad players are out there, and they're trying to make a name for themselves as well.
Quick inbound, quick three-pointer. Saved by Majewski. Nice defensive play there. And we have a whistle and stoppage of play.
Yeah, great effort by
Timeout.
Majewski to keep that ball alive. Also a great effort by our friends at WeLoveAnnArbor.com. If you've not checked them out, they're doing a great job of covering not only high school sports here in Ann Arbor, but also news, entertainment, and everything happening inside the schools. For Ann Arbor-only content, check out WeLoveAnnArbor.com for updates every day and throughout the day.
Do you love Ann Arbor?
Of course.
Because we love Ann Arbor.
I wouldn't come out here and spend upwards of 55 to 65 minutes on 94 during rush hour if I didn't love Ann Arbor.
All right. That's commitment. Good to see a little hustle out of Nikki Trips today.
There was zero hustle. I made it. I got here, but it was definitely a marathon, not a sprint.
In your mind, in your heart.
Yes, exactly.
Approaching the last minute of play here in the game. Another three-pointer on the way, and no good. A nice pass into the paint and conversion by Curtis from Lewis. Kind of caught the Eagle defense napping there.
Yeah, I think so. I think nobody on the Eagles knew exactly where the ball was.
Long three-pointer, no good.
Long three-pointer equals long rebound. Yeah, I think the only Eagle player that knew what was going on there was Maya Woolley, and it was just right in front of her.
Shot in the paint, right off, rolls off the rim, no good. Last few seconds to play. Ball on the floor, and that shot is going to be no good. And that'll do it. Final from the greenhouse is Huron 59 and Skyline 25. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more right here on CTN Sports Game of the Week. Thanks, Nick. I'd like to thank the people that make this production possible. Our director, Rob Cross. Audio replay by Chloe Hill. Graphics by Jamie Chu. And our camera guys, Jason Broniak, Robert Hornbacker, and Katsumi Nagai. Once again, for Nick Wisniewski, this is Pete Boyer, the final from the greenhouse. It's Huron 59 and Skyline 25. Hope you enjoyed our CTN Sports Game of the Week.